Welcome back to another GT Homes exclusive. One of the questions we often hear is, how do I use real estate investment to prepare for my retirement? Great question. Your senior years should be fulfilling and luxurious, a time to relax and cherish moments with family. But to make this a reality, you need to plan ahead and start saving for retirement well in advance. Getting ready for retirement might feel overwhelming, especially at the height of your career. It can be challenging to plan for something so distant while juggling current responsibilities like bills and saving for your children's education. No matter your age, it's vital to make steady progress towards your savings. That's why we recommend investing in real estate, and the earlier, the better. Let's explore how much you will need to retire, government-funded retirement pensions, how much to save for retirement using real estate, and what happens if you retire unprepared. Creating a foolproof retirement savings plan starts with figuring out your post-retirement expenses. Consider your travel plans, hobbies, family responsibilities, desired retirement age, and existing debts. Take time to review your current spending and compare it with what you'll need in retirement. Think about how your spending will change when you retire. For example, commuting costs may go down, but you might spend more on hobbies or travel. Additionally, the age at which you decide to retire greatly affects how much you need to save. You need to gauge how long your retirement will last to make sure your funds cover it all. With people living longer, it's a good idea to plan for a retirement that spans 30 years or more. Experts suggest the 70% rule when deciding how much to put aside for retirement. According to the rule, your savings and investments should cover 70% of your former income per year. For example, if you earned $100,000 a year before you retired, you should aim for a retirement income of $70,000 a year. Bear in mind that unexpected circumstances might have a significant impact on your retirement savings. You might need to retire earlier than planned due to personal or work reasons, or have a sudden medical emergency. To prepare for any unexpected events, set up a separate emergency fund, a bank account, or investment portfolio. Make sure it covers 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Now that you have a general idea of how much money you need to retire, let's dive into how much money the government offers its seniors. As a Canadian citizen, you have access to a retirement system with 3 main pillars: the Canada Pension Plan, the Old Age Security Pension, and the Guaranteed Income Supplement. The Canada Pension Plan, or CPP, is a taxable monthly payment designed to replace a portion of your income upon retirement. To be eligible, you must be at least 60 years old and have made at least one valid contribution to the CPP, or have credits from a former spouse or common law partner. Your monthly CPP payments are determined by your average earnings during your working years, your CPP contributions, and the age at which you start receiving your pension. The sooner you start receiving CPP, the smaller your payments will be. On the other hand, if you opt out to wait, your payments will increase. You hit the maximum monthly amount when you turn 70. The Old Age Security Pension, or OAS, is a monthly taxable payment you can get it if you are 65 and older. This amount will be based on your income and how long you have lived in Canada since the age of 18. In order to receive OAS, you must be a Canadian resident for at least 10 years after turning 18. If you do not currently live in Canada, this minimum is raised to 20 years. You will receive a higher monthly payment for every year you delay your first payment until the age of 70. The Guaranteed Income Supplement, or GIS, is a monthly payment you can receive at 65 if you are a low-income pensioner receiving old age security. In 2023, your income has to be below $21,000 if you're a single and $27,000 if you have a spouse or common law partner. These payments aren't taxable. According to the latest data, if you're 65 years old and receive the average CPP along with maximum old age security, you can expect a monthly payment of approximately $1,500 a month. This translates to about $18,000 a year before taxes. If this is your only source of income, you might also qualify for GIS payments, ranging between $628 and $1,043. The question is this enough to live off of? Stats Canada reports that the low-income cutoff, or the point at which most of your income goes towards basic necessities like food, shelter, and clothing, was $14,000 a year for one person after taxes in 2021. In Ontario, the poverty line is even higher at $19,000 a year. If you rely solely on the government, your post-retirement income will be close to these numbers. If you live frugally and your house is paid off, you might be able to squeak by on your government-funded pension. However, simply getting by won't allow you to fully embrace the comfort and happiness that your senior years should bring. Therefore, it's crucial to have another form of income in your retirement years. Real estate stands out as an excellent retirement investment strategy, given its ability to provide a passive income and its track record for generating wealth. Despite the fluctuations in the housing market, real estate typically follows an upward trend, guaranteeing that your investment will increase in value. As people get older, many opt to sell their larger homes and move into something smaller, like a condo. This way they can use the extra money from the sale to cover their living costs. We also recommend purchasing rental properties before you retire. To achieve success in real estate investing, it's important to gradually build a strong portfolio. This process takes years, from acquiring a property, paying off its mortgage, and generating sufficient cash flow to reinvest in more properties. Therefore, to secure a laid-back retirement, you need to start investing today. What's more, you'll need to carefully consider where you're buying. If you want your properties to greatly appreciate in value by the time you retire, you should choose neighborhoods that are experiencing substantial growth. These might be areas close to employment hubs, post-secondary schools, or future transit lines. While buying a cheaper property in a less desirable location can seem attractive now, it could make finding tenants difficult later on, and your property may not increase in value the way you hope. Creating a successful real estate portfolio might seem daunting right now, but the retirement lifestyle of your dream is within reach if you work hard, save, invest, and hold. At GTA Homes, our team of Platinum agents is here to help you buy the ideal properties to turn your retirement goals into a reality. Thank you for watching another GTA Homes exclusive. Remember to subscribe and to visit us at gtahomes.com.